So, everyone, welcome to the 2013 Edge mayoral elections. This is the debate night for the first debates. First off, I'd like to thank Brad here. He is the election director for this debate, and he'll be joining me here on the podium. I'm Mark. I will be your host for the evening. So, first off, let's introduce ourselves to the candidates. First off, there is Aceville, representing the Ace Party. Carolyn, representing the Cultured Party. Melly Baker, representing the Jelly Party. Redro, representing the Cookies for Nobody Party. Thanks. And Silent Wind of Doom, representing the AFK Party. And the Crou, representing the Mercenary Party. He will be joining us later. We just got word that he's stuck in traffic as of this moment, so we will be here shortly. So we are first off going to start this by asking each of the candidates for some opening words. So we're going to start with Ace and work our way to the right. Ace, I don't have my list here. Could you just give us an opening statement, please? Ace, are you there?
Muted.
Damn it, I hate being muted. My fellow Edgers, the reason why you should vote for me above my opponents is simply that I've done more for this community that is even asked of me. Even if I am not the current leader at the time, I have stepped up and acted with Sedgwell's permission, who's currently not here because Retro took over, to act as leader. And I ask you to be really honest with your votes, because truthfully, this person will represent your community, the Edge. So please vote for me.
All right, thank you very much. Carol, your opening statement, please.
I'd just like to say that leadership is what I do. It's what I've done in college and what I like to do with my future. And I'm very well liked and very nice. So I'd like a chance to lend my hand to continue what I hope to be Edge's golden age.
Okay, thank you. And Melly Baker, your opening statement, please.
The Edges started back in February 2012, and it was led by Sedgwell. I feel that with my leadership, my skills, I'll be able to bring the future of Edge to a brighter, better future. So please vote for me.
Okay, thank you. Now, Redro, could I get your opening statement, please? Retro, you there?
Excuse me. I had a bunch of shut the hell up in my face. If you don't vote for me, you're all doomed. I'm gonna burn all your houses down. Thank you.
All right, that was very informative. Thank you. And Mr. Wind of Doom, your opening statement, please. We'll get back to him. Okay, and he is here. Okay, your opening statement, please.
If I am elected, I just have 2 words for everyone. Free hat.
Okay, and unfortunately, Crou has still not made it here for the opening statement, so we're just going to gloss over that, move on to our second round of questioning. The question will be the same for everyone present. What is your plan for the Edge? At the end of your term, what would you like to have accomplished? And we're again going to start with Ace.
Okay, my plan for the Edge is to continue the progression that it has, to pretty much create a welcoming environment for new users, and to pretty much continue the expansion that we have experienced. And hopefully with build challenges return, the Edge can be more present in those build challenges as well, as we have been stocking up Tesla and other materials location where we have tremendous amounts.
Okay, thank you very much. Caro, what is your plan for the Edge?
Well, I have a list of specific things that I would like to accomplish with the Edge. I know that we are going to get a new nether in 1.5, so we're going to be building a whole new Edge nether. I'd like to continue beautifying the Edge, labeling new plots for new users or potential new builds. But really, I would just like to continue the edges move toward awesomeness and make sure that like things are enforced properly and that we continue to be as amazing as we were in the past.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Baker, what is your plan for the Edge?
Oh, do I have plans? Oh, do I have plans for the Edge?
I'm starting to like this guy.
First, we're going to need a wedge. A big cheese wedge in the Edge. Because you can't call it the Edge without the wedge. Second, free cookies. I give all free cookies.
You
My
monster.
cookies. And third, we can play Dragon Kickball all day we want. And make sure that we welcome our new users with some materials that'll help them get started. Even if they don't join with the Edge, we can at least give them the friendly Edge greeting of, hey, we're a welcoming community. Check us out.
All right, well spoke. Mr. Redgewo, what are your plans for the Edge over the next 4 months?
Well, as stated in my campaign video, everyone's going to be changing their names to Gordon. Torches are going to be a thing of the past. I had also been asked, what about glowstone and glowstone lamps? Definitely banned. No go. Apart from that, I would also like to say that this is what I could do to buckets.
Very clear message. Thank you. And Silent, what is your plan for the Edge? Are you muted?
Apparently his plan is to stand there and not say a damn thing.
While I was muted, I did just agree with you. I agree with Redro that we should indeed give all buckets to Ark. It's a good plan. And
I sucked the life out of that bucket. It's empty. It's useless. It's worthless. Like
Mr. Redro,
your
please.
face.
I was gonna say like my mother-in-law, but
Whoa,
that
whoa,
works as
guys. Mr.
You're
Redgewo, if I
married?
may ask you not to speak out of turn, thank you very much.
well.
Silent, you were saying?
Basically, I believe that we, as a community, as a grand community, must look forward to the future and past to the back.
Easy
Okay.
there, Marty.
What?
Thank you very much. And unfortunately, Crou is still not here. Must be very bad traffic. So we are going to move on to the next set of questions. We're going to start again with Ace here. And this set of questions is again the same for everybody. The question is, what do you think is the greatest problem the Edge is facing currently, and how would you try to solve it? Ace, we'll start with you.
I think currently the biggest problem has been new plots, which we have been working on. Me, Steph, and Sedgewo, among other Edgewoes, have been working tremendously on making new plots for the Edge, and we have increased the amount of new plots available. But we will have to deal with spatial things. Pretty much the assurance that I have is Bucket will be opening up to new plots, and it will be generally available to every user that is currently in the Edge.
Okay, thank you. And Caro, what do you think the Edge is facing as problems, and how would you solve them?
I think our greatest challenge isn't just physical room, but also just the sheer number of people. I mean, our call right now is almost 25 people, and this is just active members. We have a lot of people who come and go from the Edge, and they need not only physical room, but they need to be able to interact with everyone in a polite and free area to speak. So I not only would like to continue improving places for them to live, but also to make sure that the call is you can speak in it clearly and not be interrupted, or that there are inappropriate things in it. I would like to make sure that everything stays beautiful in all the calls and enforce all the rules and make sure everything goes splendid.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Baker, what problems do you see, and how would you solve them?
And Aceville.
I do believe you are muted right now.
Oh. There you go. Sorry about that.
Mic issues.
I do believe I believe in Aceville and Corian. They are right. We do need some additional plots, and we do need a way of working with the sheer number of people that we have in the Edge. But I also believe that we also need to find a way to manage and also organize some of the events that we do and some of the parties that we plan and so on and so forth. I also think that we have a way of, I don't know, possibly reaching out and probably fixing some of the problems that we also have in other areas, like being able to improve the hub or being able to improve some of the old build sites and making sure that, you know, we go on a routine check, making sure there's no damage or anything like that. And if we do spot anything like grafing or anything like that, we bring it to the mod's attention.
All right, thank you. Mr. Redrow, do you see any problems with the Edge? And if so, how would you fix them?
Oh, I see troubles. Oh god. I believe I've just derped. Did I derp?
No, you sound fine on our end.
Oh. My earpiece seems to be flailing. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, I
Okay.
needed to cough.
Alright, so I think actually one of our biggest issues is food sources. More specifically, cookies. Because there are no cookies for anyone. Ever. They will be all taken and thrown into a volcano. And if there isn't one, I will make one. Do you understand me?
I think I understand, sir. Thank you. Very informative. And Mr. Silent, do you see any problems with the Edge? And if so, how would you fix them?
I believe that the greatest problems that face the Edge are evil twins and non-citizens coming here and running for election.
Your mother!
My mother is not working for election. Maybe your mother is. But mine isn't. No, my microphone has been pulled away from me. Can you hear me? Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Second biggest problem, though, is half-built things. And I move to finish them. They will be completed. And they will be glorious and awesome and various other good words that make me sound positive to my constituents.
All right, thank you very much. Now it looks like Crou still has not shown up. We are going to take a moment, though. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up today. Everyone up in the gallery, everyone out in the seats. Definitely a lot of you here. Thank you very much. And it's nice to see you all here. Mr. Elections Director, have we heard anything from Crou yet at all?
He says there's actually legitimately an accident near his house, so he is on his way home. I have given him the questions that have been asked so far, and he is sending me the answers, and I will read them out if he is not here in time.
Okay. We may have to do at least a couple of those, just so we can move on. We only have a couple more questions left, and I don't want to leave all his right to the end.
He hasn't sent me the answers yet.
Okay. All right. So we are moving on to our second last question of the night. And this one, there will be a different question for each candidate. So this time, I think we will start on this side and move our way to the left. So we'll start with Silent. And your question is, you are well known for being the AFK mod. Do you think your AFK-ness will be a benefit or a liability? How so?
I believe that it will be...
Oh, sorry.
I will not take such word I can't think of right now. There we go. I'll get it at some point. Don't worry, I swear. I believe that my AFK-ness will be a benefit because I will not be creating hard to deal with difficult rules or get in the way as government is often do, because I won't be there, and that is my greatest strength.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Redgewo, your question. You are often compared to the current mayor. What will you do to differentiate yourself from the current administration?
Well, first things first, I'm definitely going to throw him into that volcano I mentioned earlier. He's going to be gone. Secondly, I'm going to make sure that everyone knows that I've basically built everything in this community, so my name is going to be on everything. Thirdly, I'm going to blow up the frickin' sheep pen!
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Baker, your question.
Prejudice! Prejudice, that was the word. I remember, it's prejudice. Okay.
Okay.
I think Silence Train derailed.
Oh, yes,
Rabble,
yes,
rabble.
indeed. Mr. Baker, your question is, as a moderator for this server, as well as a prominent member of New Oldport, you have many responsibilities that can take up a lot of your time. With those responsibilities in mind, along with your personal projects, how will you assure the voters that you will give the Edge the time and attention expected of the mayor?
Minecraft is my life. If you don't see me on the server, then something is wrong. Because I'm usually always on the server.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say it's my full life, but definitely it's one of my most favorite things to do is play Minecraft. And being part of the server and being part of the communities, it's something I truly do enjoy. Get busy from time to time, but I'm definitely not AFK. Definitely respond to all the calls that people ask, or if they need something help, I am usually there to help them. Something to trade for, then yeah, I'm here to trade. And I don't rip people off. Like, so, what I gotta say about that?
All right, thank you very much. All right, Caro, your question. You are already seen around here as being one of the more cultured members of this community. How will that benefit the aesthetics or the function of the community as a whole?
Well, part of me being cultured is that I like to learn about new things, so I really want to bring all sorts of things to the Edge in the future and make sure that the Edge looks beautiful, so that it's one of the more exemplary communities on the server, hopefully. So I hope to improve the Edge. Some areas haven't been developed yet and need to be grassed. There are some areas that could use just improvement in landscaping, and landscaping is one of my favorite things in the world. But yes, I would like to use my expertise in these things to help the Edge to be beautiful and awesome.
All right, thank you very much. And Ace, you have the last question for this round. Your question is, you're already seen as running the Edge, so to speak. How would being mayor change what you do?
It would just add to the fact that I do a lot, and it would attribute to the fact that, you know, I can actually communicate with communities, interact with other people in a more official manner instead of always, you know, making sure that everyone, you know, is there and everyone is necessary. I can actually go out and deal with certain issues without consulting every single person
Okay.
needed.
Okay, thank you very much. And is there any word on Crou yet, Mr. Director?
Not presently. I have my phone right next to me, and he says he's working on his answers, but I have not received anything.
All right, thank you very much. We may have to add those on after the fact. Unfortunately, we are running out of time for the evening, but we do have one last question for this evening. It will be the same for all of our candidates. And the question is, starting with Ace and moving to the right as before, if you could sum up your candidacy in one word, what would it be? Ace.
Progress.
All right. Thank you, Caro.
Friendship.
Mr. Baker.
Hopefulness.
Rajwo.
Murder.
All right, we're gonna have to chop off the laughing at the end. You can only have one word. I'm sorry. And may I ask you to return to your podium, please? Ooh. Well, that's unfortunate. We'll have to clean that later. Okay. And silent.
Skullduggery.
All right, thank you very much. I'd like to thank you all for being here. I'd like to thank everyone again in our gallery up there, down in the lower seats. Thank you all for being here, making it out tonight. We will get Crew's answers as soon as possible, and due to unforeseen circumstances, again, he can't make it for this evening.
I'm sorry, Arceus, I have to interrupt you. The
for
Queen has a question that the Queen would like asked.
All right.
The question is, what can you do for Hamilton?
All right. I think we'll go.
We'll start with silent and move to the
Mhm.
left.
Good idea.
I believe the question is, what don't I already do for Hamilton? And the things that I do for Hamilton so far, I will do tenfold if Hamilton votes for me. Because he is our queen, and as mayor, I indeed serve the queen. So that means 10 skins a month. And, yeah.
All right,
Free hat.
Mr. Edgewo, what would you do for Hamilton?
Well, let's see here. First of all, as mayor, I would definitely abolish the worship of the Queen. And I think the real question is, what will the Queen do for me? I'm out.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. And Mr. Baker, what would you do for Ham?
Oh. Give him the option of which death he prefer by my hands. The end.
Okay, thank you. And Kara, what would you do for Ham?
All I can do is promise to be his friend like I have in the past.
Okay. And lastly, Ace, what would you do for Ham?
I would completely help him construct the current project he's working on, which is the palace, which I believe I am helping him tomorrow.
Okay. And I believe that is everyone, unless Mr. Eddie, am I forgetting anybody?
I just got
anything?
one answer from Crou. I can read it, or we can append his answers to...
We might as well just do it right now. For which question?
Okay.
Do you want to stand on the podium
Yes, I'm just reading the question.
on his behalf?
Just a moment. Okay. Well, I am not the Crou, but I will be standing in the place of Crou. Crou says, "My plan for the Edge is one of unity. It is a plan for all of our citizens to feel as if they can talk to one another like a family. Whether it be Preston's strange stories to a new member, or Ace to show off a collection of items to Snappy, and so on. My point is we are a very close community, but there's always room to be closer. A community is important, but we are closer than that. We are an internet family, and we should feel as such. I'm going to be the first to start off by saying that there's a lot I wish to share, especially when I sit in that chair and talk from the mayoral office. Thank you."
Okay, thank you very much. Have you received any other questions from him?
Not at the moment. We will append those to the video.
Yeah, we're going to have to, unfortunately. So we did get one of Crew's answers, and we will be adding the rest afterwards. So again, I'd like to thank all of our candidates tonight, including Rego, who unfortunately couldn't stay until the end of the debate. I'd like to thank Radian for being our elections director. Mr. Patty up there for recording this as well.
Trying to
Pass
get
goes back
everyone
there
in.
somewhere.
Right, we're going to be
Good one. Yeah, there he
Everyone's
is.
here.
Thank you.
I'm back.
And I'd like to thank, and there's Sedgwick, our current mayor, who unfortunately couldn't make it. He must have been stuck in the same traffic that Crou was. And I'd like to thank everybody else for being able to make it out
No,
tonight.
I was locked in a closet. I just got out.
Okay. Well, we're all glad you made it out.
Of
So
the
again,
closet.
thank you,
Were
everyone.
you trapped in the closet?
I was indeed.
Did you take out your gun?
This was the only way out.
Alright, I gotta go, guys. I'll be back in a little bit.
I am good to go.
All right, so the first question was, I guess it wasn't really a question, just an opening statement.
Okay, well, for an opening statement, first I must claim, you see my fellow candidates. They all may be wearing suits. Now, you say, Crou, why aren't you wearing a suit? Well, that's because it is very simple. You see, my candidates would like you all to see them as official as they can be. Me? I am not very official per se. I am a real person / Minecraft person, and I am not going to put on a phony tux. I'm not going to put on a phony toupee, everything like that, just to appeal to a different audience. I am here, I am Deadpool, I am the Crou, you know me, you know my personality, and I am not going to hide it in any way.
All right, thank you very much. And the second question, which you already somewhat elaborated on earlier, even though it was Radian, going to get you to just answer it again. Second question, what is your plan for the Edge? At the end of your term, what would you like to have accomplished?
Okay, hold on. I must go back to this because I had this one prepared, so I might as well use it. Let's see. Alright. My plan for the Edge is one of unity, actually. It's a plan for all of our citizens to feel as if they can talk to one another like family. Like, you know, Preston up late at night with one of his stories, just talking to someone that it wouldn't offend. And, you know, just saying like, oh, hey, you see that stuff? You see, okay, say we have, not Ace, but say if we have, okay, got it, Snappy and Barky. They live close to each other. So, say we have Snappy and Barky online at the same time. Well, what if Barky needs, I don't know, say, wood? I mean, we all give each other like a family as if we are right now. But we can be closer. Everyone can be closer. And not in a creepy way. But the main focus of this is, by the end of my term, I want it to feel like these parts of our life that we hang out with people in Skype, they're pretty much people you can trust. Like, I don't want to name any names, but some people can trust other people with other things, and so on and so on. And I want to abolish those little tiny tidbits of, hey, you can only know this, you can only know this. I want it to be pretty much open-minded for everyone. I don't want there to be any, well, there can be secrets, of course, but the thing is, more of a family-style thing, not just, hey, we're a community, let's help out each other. And that's it.
All right, thank you very much. The third question for this evening. What do you think is the greatest problem facing the Edge, and how would you like to try and solve it?
Okay, you're going to have to give me a sec here for this one. Let me think.
Yeah, for sure.
From the Edge. Well, it's definitely not the lack of buckets, I'll say that. But I'd say probably the biggest problem right now actually is housing. And the housing ideas that we have for now are fine. They're give this guy this amount of space, give this guy this amount of space. And it's all fine and dandy how you can have that system where you can literally destroy an area to make room for new. It's also expansion. Expansion is another option, and I'm sorry for that, I tripped over a wire as I am walking around the room right now. But in terms of expansion, there's certain ways we can't go. But with due time and many, many chances to converse with other close nearby portals, and Ham, I see you there. Thank you. Basically, we would be able to converse with them and make some type of agreement to where if we need to expand due to not having enough room and all that, well then we can work something out with, let's see, who do we have near us? Haldry, I believe. And I don't really want to say names, but that's the only one that I can think of right now that we would ever be in danger of expanding upon too close. Now, maybe in the future there may be more people coming around the area. And I'm sure they'll be easy to talk to. I'm sure that they will be able to, make agreements. And so we have expansion as an idea. We have tearing down buildings and making room as another idea. But have you thought of this? We build layers. Just hear me out. We take layers of areas and set them up like we have the underground area, but we expand upon that idea. We expand upon living in Bucket Island, and we dig down there, because we all know Bucket Island is more city style, right? And obviously there should be apartment buildings, but here's the kicker. What about underground apartment buildings? What about the future of what can be known as housing, as a standard for housing, as a standard for living, as a fine example of a place to basically have your spawn point? I know you don't really do much in Minecraft as of your home. Just have your spawn point, have your valuables. But we can make this a new standard if done right. And I want to be the one that does it right. Thank you.
Okay, the fourth question for the evening. This is a personalized question. Up until now, all the rest of the questions were the same question asked to all the candidates, but this one is specially tailored. So, your question for this. The Edge is a large community. As such, we have to deal with people outside of the community making negative comments about us. How would you deal with these people while keeping peace with them at the same time?
Right, let me think. Well, I would have to go with another statement that I've already said, as with conversing with them, privately messaging them and saying, what do you think is wrong with our community, and what do you think can be done to make it better? Because you're not going to be able to stop people from talking. I'll say that. We all know it's true. You're not going to be able to stop people from talking. But you can change what they talk about. It may not be easy. It may take a lot of work, but it can be done. We can make it to where everyone, just say they have, I don't like the look of such and such. So we ask them what kind of improvements do they think can be made, and we don't make those exact adjustments, but we can give them a nice little idea of why. Hold on, I got a brain fart here. Give them a nice little idea of what it would look like. We just go to a private server, all that stuff, and just show them what the ideas would look like, and see if it would really look that much better. I'm trying to think of an actual idea of that. I want to say, and basically, this is supposed to end out in, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. That's what we all know. But we all know it doesn't work. So there's only one thing you can do. If you want to make the people happy, along with your own citizens happy, you're gonna have to make some drastic changes, drastic measures, drastic everything. You're gonna have to do above the norm, and that's about it, actually.
All right. Now this next question here, we kind of shoehorned it in during the debates, but it is a very important question nonetheless. If elected as mayor, what would you do for him?
Can you repeat the question again?
What would you do for him?
For Ham?
Yes.
Well, I believe Ham knows me pretty well, I could say. I know, Ham, you know that I do like it whenever you put me off of my podium, I won't lie. It's very fun. But, you know I'd help you out. I'm one of those kind of people who will help out if asked. And anything you would like really to be done, I can help out with everything. And you're not getting me in the water right now. But let me think. I know you still want that castle built. And I can't build it in a day. But it doesn't mean it can't be done. It doesn't mean that everything that you need to be done that would actually be helpful can't be done. Also, I'm drowning also, and what the hell's going on with my Minecraft? And pretty much I can do anything that you really need me to. That's pretty much it.
Okay. I will just shoot the question from here. Sum up your candidacy in one word.
I would have to go with... This is a hard one. I'll have to go with humility.
All right, thank you very much. And that about wraps it up. I can't really see the people in the stands, but again, thank you all for coming. That is it for the 2013 Debate Night Round 1. And when available, we will put up the site. Everyone can go vote for their favorites and who they want to represent them as a community. So thank you again, and good evening.